If you can hear squeaking and talking in the back, it's actually my parrot. I can't do anything about it. I can't ask him to be quiet. Hello everybody, it's Charlie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today I am going to be doing secrets of a dental nurse, or in other words, things that as dental nurses we want our patients to know. Anyway, I'm not going to go into a massively long intro with this video, but if you would like to see what I and other dental nurses have come up with, then just keep watching. Also, a disclaimer in this video, when I'm saying you, I don't mean you personally, I mean generally people. So our patients is what I mean when I'm saying you, not you personally. So I actually struggled a little bit to come up with things for this video, and I ended up reaching out to my dental nurse friends and asking them what they think would be good things for patients to know about us. So I have got a list on my phone. I'm just going to be going through that list, explaining a little bit of what I mean, and yeah, so let's just get straight on with this video. Okay, so the first one is, we hate medical histories just as much as you do. I cannot tell you the amount of times every day that I see a medical history needs updating and I just think, oh.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Sometimes people will be like, okay, that's fine, and sign it, but majority of the time they go, oh.
Well, nothing's changed from last year.
Jesus Christ.
And they get really angry about the fact we've asked them to update a legal document. That is something major that people need to understand, is that the medical history is a legal document which needs updating, because if anything has changed, it doesn't matter how little, we need to know about it, because it could potentially affect something that we do. Every time that somebody has to update them, they'll get annoyed, which then makes us annoyed that you're getting annoyed, and it's not our fault. We have to do it. Like I said, it's a legal document. Somebody way high up has said these need to be updated for us every year. Some practices do it every single time you come in, which is a pain. We actually have CliniPads at our practice, so everything is done straight onto like a little iPad and then gets sent straight to the computer, whereas some practices are still working off of paper and they have to do paper forms, input that all into the computer, and that's really difficult, because if somebody has handwriting that you just cannot understand, how are you going to be able to put that in the computer if you can't read what it says?
What?
No!
What?
So that's something really important to take into account, is that if you're writing medical histories, then please make the writing readable, not just to you, but to everybody else. If you have to, write in capital letters, because when we're inputting that information in, we need to make sure it's all correct. I know it's a pain, I know it's a bore, I know your signature looks nothing like it normally does when it's on a CliniPad, but we have to do it. The worst thing that can happen is that we've got the wrong medical information and something goes wrong.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Basically, all we're asking you to do is, if you see a tick, just make sure it's next to the relevant box. That's it, and if you need to add anything, just pop it in. We hate it as well, it's just something we have to do.
Okay.
Okay, moving on now to number 2. We fake laugh at the 2:30 joke.
Are you serious?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's when we give patients a time of 2:30 and it sounds like tooth hurty. And they start laughing about it and they make the joke out of it. So we'll say, okay, we've got an appointment at 2:30, and they go, ha, 2:30. We fake laugh at it all the time. We've heard it so many times before. We like having a laugh with the patients, if they're nice enough. Some people do not want to go down that road. And it is literally a case of going, yeah. So yeah, that's something else to bear in mind. Don't keep making dental jokes, because a majority of the time they're not really that funny and we hear them a lot. Just don't even bother saying the 2:30 joke. We've heard it 1,000,001 times. We've laughed 1,000,001 times. Sorry, fake laughed 1,000,001 times. And, you know, it's just not that funny, really. Okay, so I think I'm on to number 3 now. And this is when patients read things online and try to tell us about them as if they are true. They're not true. No. We hate it. We know what is right and what is wrong within the dental practice. And if you tell us something you've read online, majority of the time it's going to be absolute rubbish. We know what is and what isn't true online. Prime example of this is people researching about fluoride toothpaste. Now, obviously, if you're a dental nurse, you know how important it is to have fluoride in toothpaste. But people get freaked out about it because of stuff they read online. But what online don't tell you is the huge amount of fluoride you actually need to get sick. It is not high enough to make you sick from brushing your teeth. Obviously, if you squeeze 12 tubes of toothpaste directly down your throat and into your stomach, that's probably going to make you a little bit sick. You squeeze 12 tubes of anything into your stomach, it's going to make you sick.
Why?
And this is the number one thing that we get people have read online about, is that it's no good and it's really bad for your health. Please use toothpaste with fluoride in. There's so much stuff online as well. Radiographs are a massive one. People are so freaked out because of the radiation exposure, and there's even something going around on Facebook. It was a couple of weeks ago that I saw it, and it made me so angry. And I was reading the comments, and most comments were from doctors and dentists and things, and I was like, yes, you tell them. So basically what it was this meme that said something like, when the doctor said there's going to be no radiation exposure and then runs out of the room to take the x-ray. The reason that they leave the room is because they are exposed to it every single day. Not just once, like somebody having an x-ray is. The amount of radiation exposure you get from an x-ray is less than what you get if you go on a plane, for example. If you have 5 different x-rays of your mouth, it's still a very, very small amount of radiation exposure. The reason that somebody has to leave the room is because, like I said, they're exposed to it every single day. The patient is having one x-ray, the dentist is being exposed to that radiation every day for however many times he needs to take that radiograph. Okay, moving on now to number 4. And this is something, well, basically I'll just tell you what it is and then I'll go into it. So a trainee dental nurse does everything a qualified dental nurse does. She just hasn't passed her exams yet. They can do it all. The only reason they're still classed as a trainee is because they haven't done the written exams yet. If they're on their own in a surgery as a trainee dental nurse, they know it. Like I said, the only reason they are labelled as a trainee is because they haven't passed the exams yet. And some courses take, say, 2 years. They could be right at the end of their 2 years and still be classed as a trainee dental nurse, but they've actually been doing it practically for 2 years.
Oh.
There obviously are times where a trainee, is their first patient and they're first having a go, but we would always check with the patient whether that was okay. Please don't panic with trainee dental nurses. Trainee is just a term. Everybody has to learn at some stage. They know what they're doing. They are just as good as qualified, certainly practically. They just haven't written some answers on a book yet. Okay, so my last one is about teeth whitening, and basically it's to say cheap whitening does not work.
What?
Please don't tell us it does. Please don't tell us our bleach is too expensive. The reason it's expensive is because it works.
Oh my god.
The only place you can get your teeth whitened legally and professionally is in a dentist. If there is a boutique that offers teeth whitening, it's illegal. They could get reported for it and get shut down for it. To be able to do teeth whitening, you need to be a registered dentist. It doesn't matter how much they advertise teeth whitening. If they are not a registered dentist, it's illegal. The only thing that is going to whiten your teeth is proper dental bleach. Hydrogen peroxide is the main ingredient.
That's going to strain my basket.
And although you can buy this in the shops and stuff, please just get it done properly. If you want to get your teeth whitened and you're willing to spend money on it, spend that little bit extra to be safe. Just go to the dentist. Yes, it's expensive, but it's expensive because it works. It's a completely private cosmetic treatment. It's not clinically necessary. So yeah, I'm sorry that was a little bit ranty, that bit, but I just wanted to tell you guys that We absolutely hate it when people come in and they start telling us about this teeth whitening that they heard of and it's so much cheaper than what we do it. Anyway, that pretty much brings me to the end of this video. I'm very sorry that the last one was basically me just ranting at the camera. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope maybe it gave you a bit of an insight. If you guys have some dental nursing stories that you want to let me know, pop them in the comment box below. And do you know what? I might do a video, if you would like me to, sharing those stories. Maybe that can be quite fun and you could get your story featured on my channel. It would give you guys a way to get involved with my channel a bit more, obviously only if you're happy for me to do that. And I think that would be a really cool experience for me to share your stories and get them out there. And you know, it would give me some content too, so that would be great. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!